Hey there, welcome to the channel. We're so glad to see you here, and we hope that you enjoy this video about surviving the freeze for childcare owners. Enjoy. Let's go see what Nikki has to say today. Hey there, Ninja Bosses. If you are a childcare owner watching this right now, chances are you've felt it already. The emails, the rumors, the childcare owner groups, the numbers not adding up the way they used to. We are officially in a childcare subsidy freeze, and for many programs, it feels like the ground just shifted under your feet. So let me say this clearly right out the gate. This is serious, but it is survivable. And leadership, not panic, is what determines who makes it through. Today, I'm breaking down the survive, the freeze, three-step plan, the exact mindset and actions childcare owners need right now to stay stable, credible, and in control. Let's get into this. Okay, so do not panic is number one, of course. The very first step before spreadsheets, before phone calls, before emergency meetings is this: don't panic. Panic is contagious. And in childcare, panic spreads faster than facts. When owners panic, here's what happens: rash decisions get made, tuition increases are announced without strategy, staff morale collapses, and families lose confidence, even before there's a real problem. So, leadership means regulating yourself first and foremost. Take a deep breath, look at what you know, not what you fear. Ask yourself, what funding is frozen and what is still coming in? What timelines have been confirmed versus what timelines are like rumored? Also, what expenses are fixed and what expenses are flexible? This is not the moment for emotional leadership. It's the moment for calm authority. And that is something you have to do as the leader. Your job is not to predict the future. That's not what we're going to do because we can't. But the job for you is to stabilize the present for you and your team. Step number two, we're talking about not being private. Don't be private, be professional. The second biggest mistake I see is owners go silent. And believe me, I understand. That's why step number one is don't panic, because most owners will panic out of fear of, not knowing, and then they go silent. But here's the thing: you think you're protecting your families by being silent. You think that by not saying anything to your staff, you are keeping all the negative things at bay and all the bad things at bay. But silence creates fear narratives, and people fill in their own fears. They fill in their own narratives when they don't see anything or they don't hear from you. So let me be clear: transparency does not mean trauma dumping. What it does mean is that you communicate professionally and proactively with your staff and with your clients. You don't need to overshare, but you do need to communicate. So, with your staff, what you want to do is acknowledge the freeze, reinforce that stability, reinforce the stability where it does exist, and share what isn't changing. If you know you have to make some changes, share that now. Don't keep putting it off. Don't be silent on the changes that do need to come. Set expectations clearly so that your staff does not have to guess. And when it comes to your families, lead with confidence, not crisis. Avoid speculation. Focus on your commitment to keeping great care and quality care in your program. Focus on that. Um, when communication is absent, trust erodes with both your staff and your family. So you have to speak up. You cannot, it's not the time to be private. When communication is steady, leaders emerge. And this is how you separate yourself and your program from the shaky programs that, feel uncertain. Your program is going to feel solid to both your staff and your parents, and that is going to be what helps get you through this freeze. And finally, helps get you through this freeze. And finally, step number three, ninjas, plan with clarity, not just now, but for the next time, because let's be real, there's going to be a next time. This is where strong owners become resilient leaders. The subsidy freeze is the event, and your response is the lesson. Now is not the time to plan with Now is the time, I'm sorry. Now is the time for you to plan with clarity on two levels, by the way. One level number one is the current freeze. And what you want to do is you want to revisit your cash flow with precision, okay, not emotion. You want to look at your numbers. You want to be precise on where you are, what's coming in, what has to go out for you to open your doors during this time. Identify your true break even number. Prioritize the expenses that protect your enrollment and your staffing. It's going to get you through. Create a 30-day, a 60-day, and a 90-day clarity plan so that you are clear about those numbers and you're clear about what you need and where you stand. You don't need a 5-year forecast right now. You need a current plan and a current view of where you're at and what you need. You need visibility and you need control. Now, level two is for the next crisis. Let's be real. Like I said before, this is not the last time. Okay. Let's be honest with ourselves. For many of us, we've had or gone through freezes like this on a state level before. I myself am in Pennsylvania, and I know that we've gone through this before, and I'm sure there's many other states that have also gone through these types of freezes and holds and things like that before. So do not think that this is going to be the last one. We need to learn from our mistakes. We need to learn from other people's mistakes. So a strong childcare business is going to survive the emergencies, but then they're also going to design for future emergencies. And that means you need to diversify your revenue streams. You need to build reserve strategies. That may mean a line of credit that you have available to you, even if you don't need to use it, when times are good and you're not going through crisis, but to have it when you do need it, to have it for times like this when we do have freezes and crises going on, will give you so much freedom in your program. So you want to strengthen your leadership systems, and those are for the people under you. And you want to shift from reactive to being prepared. And that's the difference between owners who can constantly um, run successful programs whenever there is a crisis. And that's the difference between them and those who are constantly stressed. Okay. You want to be an owner that is grounded, even when policies have to change, or even when things like this subsidy freeze happen. Okay. So, Ninja Bosses, um, this moment is calling us to be better and um, not be fearful, not be isolated, but to step into leadership inside our childcare programs on another level. And you don't have to do it alone. The programs that survive this freeze, they're not going to necessarily be the biggest programs, but they will be the best led programs. And if this video helped bring some clarity to you, I want you to comment down below. I want you to like this video. I want you to share this with another childcare owner buddy that you know that may be going through this and feeling this. Share this information. This is exactly why I created an emergency leadership for childcare owners program. So you can get the link down below in the comment section, but I want to help you guys stabilize, communicate, and plan with confidence so that when things like this happen, you can stay calm, you can stay visible, and you can stay strategic, and you will survive the freeze. Lead like a ninja, and you'll be fine. You got this. and I'll see you next time.